Hey, Dagburn. I'm back. you know, these are my therapy sessions, bud. I want to talk about you this time, though. I'm kind of sick of you. We'll talk about some thoughts. These are just thoughts in my head. Because like, if you were gonna mess with the Bible, like, just say if a man was gonna mess with it, what would be the best part to mess with? Probably somewhere around the ending. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. Or it could just be a twist of a few words here and there. Could be a whole change of everything. But I'm trying to figure stuff out, even with what's written. Just with what's going on in the world right now. Seeing as it was prophesied. You can go on my Facebook. I'll post those videos. If David Augusta watches this, go on my Facebook, buddy. There'll be some stuff about the Pope on there. Did you know this is supposed to be the last Pope? Yeah, it's supposed to be the last Pope. Now, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm thinking maybe Franny, he might be a false prophet. Now, I want you to hear me out why, though, okay? It's not just because I'm making things up in my head. It's because I'm seeing them and I'm putting the pieces together, okay? So, Franny there, he hangs out with the Rockefellers. That should be a red flag right there. Some girl he's really tight with. He's also part of the WEF agenda. You can check that stuff out for yourself. Also in for a one world religion. You can check that out for yourself. You can check and see what they did on Mount Sinai just a little while ago with their new commandments. Now, I know that's all conspiracy stuff, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, but religious people are supposed to follow their Bible, right? Right to the T. Why is he okay with abortions? Why is he okay with Nancy Pelosi? Why is he okay with Joe Biden? Because, you want my thought? I want to know everybody's thoughts on abortion. But this is just my thoughts. I'd like God to be known. Or maybe not. Maybe it's the individual choice. Maybe he won't be known. But an individual choice. Now, I see you put as many abortion clinics as you want up. You have as many abortion doctors as you want. You have as many people working in that office as they want. But you also, before you hit that office, maybe you have someone telling you maybe there's other options. And then maybe you have another department where they tell you maybe there's repercussions for all of this with God. The choice is yours. It's your body, your choice. But is it right with God? You need to ask yourself. Nobody can tell you what's right with you and God. That's between you and God. So that's what I say. I say put them up all over the place. If you want to use them, you suffer your own consequences. I'm good with it. Like they say, your body, your choice. But those same people are the ones picking on the ones that decided not to get medicine that might have hurt the ones that got the medicine. I don't know. It's not looking good for me in that front, I don't think. But I could be wrong. I go off on tangents. But anyway, let's get back to the Pope. The Pope. So we went over good buddies with King Charles. You should look into him. He's a swell individual. I don't know. I almost thought maybe he was the Antichrist. I don't know if he's the Antichrist or not. I have another person in my head. But then again, the Pope talked about, what was it? Something about a demon running in the Vatican? So it was some beautiful, elegant, that was it. Elegant demon. What is an elegant demon? I don't know. You'd have to ask Franny what that is. But hey, Again, I just think he's a false prophet. I don't know if he is or not. These are my opinions. He's the Pope. My opinions don't change whether he's the Pope or not. I need more people to think like me or check out and see if I'm right. And then he isn't the Pope anymore. We just got to all get together. We can wish him away, but we all got to get together and wish him away. Because right now, everybody gives him too much power. But hey, then again, he might not be the false prophet. These are just my thoughts and my ideas in my creative little mind. What else does he do? He's pretty wrapped up in the WEF and the United Nations and the WHO and what else? Oh, the Catholic Church is only a little scandalous. Here's the problem. I think it's scandalous at the top. And the victims are the people that are actually looking for Christ. But they're being led by a bunch of turd birds. What do you think, Dagburn? What do you think about the Pope? But, okay, here's the thing. I don't know for sure or not. Because, my plan involves going after Justin Trudeau first. And do you know who number 2 is? Bill Gates. I think he might be the Antichrist. If the Antichrist is in human form, it might be Bill Gates. And I'll explain to you why I think that. Because, like I said, it might not be true. I don't know. But this guy, he's a sweetheart. If you look into him, he was a bit of a swindler from the start. He likes to take other people's ideas and make money out of them and screw them. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been misinformed. I don't know. But anyways, Billy there. These days they call him manifesting. He writes you guys little pandemics. And then they even go through all the organizations. They do little exercises on what would happen. And then all of a sudden, guess what? So, don't worry. He's writing food shortages for you guys. Guess who owns all the farmland? What's been going on around the world? Has there been food processing plants catching on fire and planes hitting them or any stuff like that? Do we have a possible food shortage coming, or is it already here? Or the inflation on the food that's already a shortage. How do you think that goes for us? What do you think the prices become? But then again, guess what? We're going green, so we can't have any gas, and that's going to be real expensive. Don't you think? I think that'll be expensive. That can add on to your groceries. Funny how that little feller's got that all written in there for you. And the elections, he thought that he's rode in for a civil war. Like I said, I'm not a big proponent of guns, but I know what they're trying to do to everybody. It's pretty easy to see. It's pretty hard to fight back when you actually get the balls to fight back and you have to use a gun to do it. They're going to make sure you don't have the gun to do it, so you got nothing. Because those police officers, they're going to work for them. So they can rent everything they have. Not own anything. They're going to rent it, but they'll have it. And they'll probably have way more stuff than anybody else. Because they'll be protecting not the citizens. No. The people who own everything. By the way, that's the WEF slogan. And I'm not kidding. Go look it up for yourself. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Like a good little bitch. Hey, Bill Gates. I don't see how you guys don't see this stuff, but hey. So he even manifests even more. He is so good. I mean, I don't know. What doesn't Bill have his hands in? He's such a charitable guy, giving all to these great organizations who have all these great plans for us. Because he's into the WHO and the United Nations. He's writing a world story. It's not just for the Americans. He's gone big time with this. Because him and George Soros and BlackRock and the Rockefellers and whoever the little demons are ahead of them, they want nothing more than to control us. And this sounds weird to you guys, eh? Nobody wants to listen to me. But I think old Billy, he's making a mess of everybody's life. And because he's got some dollars, the other thing that makes me think that maybe he's the Antichrist, I think he has a thing with humans he shouldn't. He traveled to Epstein Island, apparently. Yeah, you should check into what his wife said about him. I say this all the time. His wife said that Epstein had something to do with their divorce. How much time did he spend with Epstein, Mrs. Gates? Well, I don't think that's for me to tell. I think that's for Bill to say. Bill and Melinda Gates. Especially you, Melinda. You think you're going to heaven? Knowing what the Gates Foundation is all about? Making everybody you feel so powerful? So beloved? Because you're such a great human being and charitable. Melinda Gates is just as much of a whatever Bill is. Even though she divorced him because of that. She knows. She lives with the man. She's got to know. But then again, I might be wrong. Like I said, I'm only speculating. That's a pretty big thing to say. Saying that you think someone's the Antichrist. But I think the planning of giving people medicine and actually hurting them on purpose, I know it sounds pretty evil and twisted and almost unbelievable. Because I have a hard time believing it. But it just might be true. Because there's a lot of evidence saying that it's true. I don't understand you people. Classified. Like nothing should be classified from the people. If there's a threat, the people should know. The leader should be the one sitting there going, calm down. We're going to figure this out. But you need to know. Don't freak out. We'll find a way. That's what leadership does. Not hide shit from the people. I don't know. Hey, David, just in case you watch this one, bud, I don't enjoy saying what I do about the Bible because, like I said, I go to her a lot of times, and it helps me out. And I love nothing more than the story of Jesus. But I think in churches, they're telling the story wrong. It says all throughout the Bible. Be like him. You're going to suffer some consequences here, but have the faith in him to give this up, to be with him forever. That's for us to decide. I made my choice. I know who my heart and soul belongs to. And I sound like the idiots talking like this. But this is actually a true love for Jesus. Because like I said, I'm an empath. I think of that man up on the cross. All by himself. And people that had seen him do miracles did not rush to help him because they were too fearful of what would happen to them. Sound familiar, guys? Still to this day. Maybe I can find an American friend who's willing, we can talk with one another and we can figure out a way so he can battle Biden. Because I have a way to get my prime minister's attention. I just need to do it. And then I'm going to go after all the false prophets. Whether you're one on YouTube, and you don't have to worry about it. Because here's the thing. I don't know you. I don't know your heart. You know you. You know your heart. And you know if you're fake or not. And if you're fake, I would start to become real fast. Because you all seem to believe that something's going on. There's some solar flash coming, or it's the Great Awakening, or the 144,000, or the new Earth. I don't know. But yeah, I'd like to find an American friend, and maybe we can work together and put our minds together and figure out a way to get Biden in jail, along with their FBI, their CIA, my RCMP. Who knows how deep it goes? I mean, half the cabinet's been penetrated by Klaus Schwab, and no one cares. He actually says it. Like, this is the problem. I definitely live in a clown world because Klaus Schwab's telling me exactly what he has planned for me. And I got the same information all of you got. And none of you seem to care. And then on top of it, I think they do nasty things to children. And I'd like to ask that question because every day that goes on, I know that there's children getting hurt. And I have to live with that and try and sleep at night. Well, you guys all sit there and make fun of me or laugh at me or not pay attention to me or whatever. I'm worried about your children. But then again, through this whole thing, that's one thing that was always said. And it's all recorded. Where you people told me not to talk about your children. But you don't have a worry with some rainbow-colored monkey in a classroom. Not teaching your children about the ABCs, but the LGBTQ. And I'm not putting down the LGBTQ. All I'm saying is children don't need to know any of that stuff. Whether it's gay, straight, trans, or anything. But I'm tired of this world looking like a mockery. I look in Canada, this woodworking teacher, I mean, you want to be a trans, but that's just big. Like, she's not even following the rules to begin with that the Ministry of Labor makes you follow. She's got these big prosthetic things out, no hair tied back, no regard for anything. Teaching your children that there are no rules for whatever that thing considers itself to be. I call it a piece of shit human, but and because their sexual preference. It's because the way they act. And I go off topic all the time, eh? Dagburn. Can you imagine living in that head where you think you're here to help, but you're scared to help because then people are going to want to be around you? Because, man, I'm serious. What scares me the most is how believable you are. Like, sometimes you get, like, this is what I mean. It's people like you making the Matrix, twisting people's minds. Nobody knows what reality is anymore. Because there's too many Dagburns throwing out lies, creating the Matrix. Yeah, that's what I think the Matrix is. It's all lies. There's a whole bunch of lies at the top, and then at the bottom, we just make it worse for ourselves. Because we follow and toe the line, and we hate each other, and we won't come together for anything, and they like it. They love it. They love that black lives matter and white lives don't. They love that the natives are pissed off at us. Because they want to make sure that they know that they were the natives and they were here first and they want to fight us. Yet I've never done nothing to any native person. Other than I had a girlfriend I kind of liked. And her brother was one of my good friends. I've known a few other ones too. Gotten along with all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. I shouldn't say all of them. There's some dickheads just like there are dickhead white people and dickhead black people and dickhead Asian people. But they got us hating, hating, and hating. She's a hating world, Dagburn. Because guess what? You spread the hate. You spread the hate. What else you want to talk about, bud? Want to know more about me? Just ask. Anything you want, bud. I know. I seem like a bit of a hypocrite talking to you about getting a job. Seems that I don't have one. But here's the thing. I still don't think I could go to work. I can't concentrate for too long. I have problems. Because like honestly, I think it's because there's so many lies. And I know they're lies. And I won't accept them. And I won't roll over. That nobody will tell me I'm lying. That they're shielded from me. They won't talk to me. So I'm supposed to accept it. I gotta go. I'll come back later.